Hello.
Hello, everyone. It's time. It's Wednesday.
It's
It is.
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, and you know what happens on Wednesdays. Honey, Conversations is live and in full effect, honey. And we are so excited. Like we're excited every time,
Yeah,
but
we
we're
are.
excited to be with you all on tonight. It's
Yes, we
Wednesday.
are. We need a song.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
It's
For our
Wednesday.
It's, we need a song.
We
Okay, so
do.
we said that we weren't going to get in here like looking like we on. Child,
We did it.
we done hit every button and every child. Y'all bear
Click
with us. Y'all bear with us. We trying to do the very best that we can.
and trying to give you the best quality of a live stream
Oh,
as we can. You
dog.
know,
You know,
we're trying to do it right. We're trying to do it right. So thank you all for being here. I see we got 8 people. Hey y'all, come
hey
on in.
y'all, come on in.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, tonight we got a good old conversation for you guys.
Yeah,
But before we jump into tonight's topic, we got
remind
some
you.
little announcements and things.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, we at church for real tonight. We got
With
some
announcements. You hear
announcements.
what I'm saying? This
Um,
morning's announcements.
so we want to remind you that we do want to be able to shout out businesses, whether you're a known business or if you're a small business. We want to be able to shout you out. So if you are interested in having your products and your business featured on Conversations,
Mhm.
excuse my kids in the background, y'all know I got a whole family. Then please get in touch with us so we can go, have the things that we need to shout you out. Okay.
Mhm.
So,
And if you would like to put your website link or whatever it is in the comments on tonight's show, that's fine too, because we're all about supporting Black businesses, supporting small businesses, and just getting the word out to everybody that we can, because we got to hold each other up. We got to keep our money in our community. That's what we were just talking about earlier. We got to make that money keep going and going and going and going and going. So go ahead and put the link in there where we can click on it and just go straight to your
yeah,
site. So we don't have to
yeah.
look. That's how some people get you when they don't put it, has highlighted and you go straight to it. Do it like that so we can go ahead in there and buy up
And
some
click,
things.
click, click, click,
Click,
click, click,
click,
boom.
click. That's what we
So
want to do.
yes, please share down in the comments. You know, hey Vita.
Hey
Um,
y'all. Hey
put
y'all.
in the
Hey y'all.
comments your business, or even if you don't have a business and you know somebody, a family member or a bestie, your best friend got something, put that stuff down in there too.
Mhm.
We'd love to share that. Okay, moving right along, we'd like to get into comments because our questions. We like
Yeah.
you guys to ask us questions. And we have 2 questions that we want to answer real fast, and we're going to jump right into the topic. The
Okay.
first question is, how have things changed for you since the pandemic? For me, to be quite honest, I don't think things have changed for me much at all.
Mhm.
I have 2 small children. They're with me at home. Neither of them have ever been in school. Um, they're not even school age, 2 and 4, and they've never been in daycare. I have my own business that I run from home, so we're always home. We're always home, and
Mhm.
nothing really has changed. So to be quite honest, at the beginning, I wanted to catch a quick little panic. And
Woo.
my
I know
husband was
about
like,
that panic now.
no, you're not getting ready to do all that. We don't do no fear around here. So I
Mhm.
got
Right.
myself together, and I was good after that.
Mhm.
I've been good and smooth sailing ever since. How about you, kid?
At the beginning, I was not good. I was scared, still scared, but I don't know if I've said it before, but I am an introvert. I like to be alone. I like to be in my space. But I do have a small circle of people that I enjoy being around. So once that little small circle, once we couldn't meet and gather, and our kids like to be together too. So once our little circle couldn't get together, it was like, well, what are we supposed to do? What are the babies supposed to do? And then I had to, because my oldest son, he's like, I'm going to high school. Like, am I not going? Am I going? It was that. And I'm like, well, I don't have an answer for you right now. At the beginning, I was like, I don't have an answer. I can't tell you anything. So it was just a lot of I don't knows. I had a lot of I don't knows. But now we're okay. We're managing. My anxiety is still real high. If I go outside, if ever.
Get your life
Child,
together,
I'm
friend.
masked up, gloved up, shielded up. Honey,
Get
give me
your
one of
life.
these suits, put me suited and booty because I'm not playing.
Get your
I'm not
life.
playing no game. I'm much better now. I'm much better now, but at the beginning it was not good. It was not good. I'm cool now.
Okay.
What's the next?
Good. The next question is, do y'all practice self-care? If so, what are some tips? I'm gonna let you start.
Okay, self-care. To me it seems kind of new, like people always you hear it often now, self-care, self-practice, self-care, self-care. And for me, in my mommy brain it seemed kind of selfish, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, self-care, what? I don't understand that, because what, I take care of others, that's what my job is. I don't really think about me because what I do is selfless. You know what I'm saying? So I always felt, ooh, I don't know nothing about self care. I don't need to do that. I don't But recently I've started to look at it, to think of what are things that I like to do. Like if I had a moment, just a moment to myself, what would be good? What would I like? And that would be self-care for me. So the other day, it was just a shower. Okay. But it was a shower. I had me one of my good friends. She makes shower steamers. I forgot to tell you about this, kid. She makes shower steamers, right? So you put it in the shower and it's really fragrant. It has like eucalyptus. Now, just give me a shower steamer. I'm gonna get in the shower. I'm gonna lock the door. Don't come to this door. I gotta say, okay, don't come to this door. I'm going to take this shower alone. I'm gonna enjoy my steamer. It's from Fizzy Fantasy Spa. Fizzy Fantasy Spa. If you in here, put your link down here. It's a eucalyptus and mint shower steamer. Love it, love it. So that has been a part of my little small self care. It's little, but that's as much self care as I have. Just getting in the shower, enjoying me a good old shower steamer. What about you? Come on, Ken. We got to do something. One thing.
Self-care.
Come on, Ken.
I don't know what that means anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm working on it, y'all. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on it. I just bought myself a little pumice stone, like this little, and a little like, so that I can just like hit the
Bust the
back of my
crust.
feet
It's
and
called
around my
busting
feet
crust.
because
You gotta take the
it's
time to
been a
bust the
minute.
crust.
It's been a minute, but I just did that for myself so I can keep my feet nice and soft and subtle, supple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I just did that, and every now and again, I will, just go outside by myself. Like even if
Yes.
I sit outside or something, I'll hurry up and sneak outside, and the kids are asking, "Mommy, where you at?" And up by door is shut and run. My sister, my youngest sister, her favorite thing to say is run, run, don't look back, run. So I'm working on it.
Yeah, so
I'm working on
it's really, really important. And because we are, mental health is very, very, very important, especially for us. We need to take just a little bit of time. It doesn't even have to be an hour, 2 hours, because we may not have that time, but just a little bit of time for us to say, I'm gonna do this because I want to do it and I like it, and that it don't make me selfish. That makes me strong.
it. Yeah,
Period.
absolutely.
And just like they say about the airplane, when the mask drop down, Who mask got to go on first?
Mine.
You put yours
Mine.
on first, so that then you can cover everybody else. Girl, go and bust them crust off them feet, and do whatever else you needs to do so that you can get your little self care time in, because it is important. And I got to do better too, because a little shy wasn't enough. I need to run too. Anywho, so that's
Anywho,
we don't have many tips, but we
no, but
are
that's
trying to practice more self care for ourselves during
ourselves.
this time. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard with two little people or just any young people.
Period. Even if you're out working and taking care of kids, or whatever,
It's
you
hard.
gotta make some time for yourself. It's
Yeah,
important. It's important.
it's important.
Well,
Here we go.
today's topic. Today's topic, the great controversy, honey. Are we doing church
Or no,
or no?
no.
Are we doing church or no? This is the question, and I don't know if anybody is talking about it, but we're gonna talk about it on tonight, Candace. How
Yeah,
you feel? Let me tell you, when we said we were gonna talk about it, I was like, I don't know if I can
it was a
do
whole
this in
showdown.
public. It
It
was a
was almost a whole
showdown.
showdown. Like,
It was,
well,
yes.
fine then. We ain't doing nothing. Like, oh, my kids, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is like, oh my god. But this was a rough one, but I'm ready for it. I'm here. We're gonna talk about it. So let's talk.
So, are we doing church or no?
So, um, my kids, are we doing parenting or no?
No.
So here it is for me. I feel like ever since COVID, y'all know the church doors have been closed.
Closed.
Nobody's been to church. Nobody's really been anywhere.
Right, right,
People can
right.
go where they want to go, but those doors have been closed. But to be honest, the doors of the church have been closed mentally and emotionally for some people long before COVID.
Agreed.
I know for me, it's been a minute since I've been at church.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this is getting ready to shock people. I think people think everybody still remembers the me from back then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now you can't tell the difference because I'm not out here just living wild and living reckless, because I still have a respect for myself that's
Mm-hmm.
unchanging. So I'm just not going to be out here wilding because I'm not going to church. But I haven't been to church in a while. And bottom line, I'm just going to say it's because the people.
Okay.
I don't go because of the people.
Can
And
I can I jump in for a second?
you can, because I'm about to go. I've
Let
been
me
going
jump
down.
in for a second. Just let me jump. So, and I'm just gonna give my little side real quick. We're gonna go
Give
back and
your
forth in
side.
this.
Give your side.
Kirsten, are you doing church or no? Like what are you doing? And I will say this. I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna speak for me. I am real good at doing church. You know what I'm saying? Real good. I can do it real good. I can dress up real good. I can make sure my kids is real good. I can make sure we can get in there and look right. You know what I'm saying? I can do church good. I got the church routine down. I know how a service can go front and back. I can do a program. I can do church so good. But what was lacking for me was outside of church, what's happening in here? Like spiritually broken, done, don't know nothing, ain't got a connection to, but could do church. So what COVID has done for me is to say, all right, you can't do it no more. So now what's left? You know what I'm saying? And I know there are a lot of people that are like, well, we need the church to do. But what's going on your insides though? And I think that is the question.
Yeah, and I think with COVID, and with the everything being shut down, I think it has forced people to see themselves versus hiding behind the church walls and in the positions that you get while you're there and the certain clout that you get, or you're a musician, or I'm this and I'm that and I have this to hide behind every week or every Sunday. I think it has forced people to really answer those questions for themselves. What am I doing and how am I maintaining it for myself?
You brought up
I
the people though. You said you stopped going because of the people, and that's I'm sure that's a lot of people's. Yeah. You have to explain that.
um my thing is so this is what it is.
Okay.
I can't fake. I'm not a faker. I'm not one who can just do something well. I
Okay.
can't. That's not me.
Hmm.
I did it at one point in time. I was able to do it, very good because I didn't have a choice. I had to, but then once it was my own choice, um, I I decided not to. I think the last time I've been to church was 2 years before I had Taylor.
Hmm.
And then when I had Taylor, when she was 3 months, we went home to St. Louis to visit, and I went to church with my mom. She was 3 months. She's 4 now. That's the last time I've stepped foot in a church. My children have never been in church, and I'm not bragging. This is not me
Hmm.
bragging. I'm telling my story.
Right.
My children have never gone. Before that, the 2 years before that, before having kids, at the time, I was going to, church in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was going to Berean. And at the time, Pastor Bird was the pastor.
Hmm.
Um, and so I'm getting ready to tell y'all the story. And no, this don't have nothing to do with Pastor Bird, so y'all can let your pearls go. This ain't got nothing to do with him.
Clutched.
Don't you like what she said, finna say?
I
But I
heard
was
she said bird.
Berean SDA. And then a college friend of mine, he didn't go to A&M with us. He went to Oakwood.
Okay.
And he was just like, hey, and I had been going. I was fine. I felt like service was great. And he asked if I would be a part of the choir. And I was like, absolutely.
Because she sings. Period.
Just a bit. And I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. I had been going to the rehearsals and everything. It was our
Hmm.
Sabbath to sing. So I didn't live close to the church. So, I was getting there. I wasn't late, but I was getting there, just touch and go. And in the back of the church is the choir room. And it was a pretty nice sized choir room, if anybody knows Berean. And inside the choir room, there's like this huge walk-in closet where they keep the choir robes. So when I got there, there's some people putting their robes on. You can see them coming back and forth from the little robe room, getting their robes. I put my stuff down in one of the chairs to go. Now, I had forgotten I had some earrings in. Y'all already know where this is going before I got there. But when I got there, I remembered, okay, I got my studs in. I'm going to take them off. I'm a little behind. Let me just go and get my robe. And I'm shaking telling the story. That's how I know I'm
Ooh.
not over it. I know I'm not over it. Um, I go to get my robe, and I was gonna, once I get it, go back to the seat, get myself together, take my earrings off, because I know how Adventists are. They don't do the earring thing or jewelry.
Hmm.
So I go back there to get my robe. I let them know, hey, I was so excited. Y'all, I hadn't been in church, let alone away from home. I'm in this big city by myself.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Excited to be in church. Again, excuse my children. I'm going to try to outtalk them. I was ready to be a part. I was ready. Okay. I was ready
Yes.
fully to be a part. So I go and I get my robe, and I'm ready and I'm smiling, and I was excited to be, because I don't fool with people too much. So the fact that I
Right.
was there speaking and all of that, that's a lot for me. This lady, she turns to get ready and give me the robe, and then she pulls it back, and then I'm looking like, what's wrong? And then she goes verbatim, oh no, you're not getting nothing till you take them earrings out.
Wait. This is another adult woman speaking to you.
Oh no, you're not getting nothing till you take them earrings out.
When you
Y'all,
had
my
you already in your mind, you already in your mind had said, I'm gonna take these out because you was already prepared to do that though.
but let's just say I wasn't.
Right, 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 right,
And
right.
I forgot they're in there. Y'all, it took everything in me. And then even then, I'm trying to remember how they say, you just pray for people, you turn the other cheek, la la
Right,
la la.
right, right. That's what they say.
So I stood there to take, and I'm shaking in my body now, but I stood there, took my earrings out. But even just the fact that I stood there and took them earrings out
Made
still
you feel.
pisses me off today.
Uh-huh.
Cause in
Uh-huh.
my mind, I should have gave her a piece of my mind and walked up out of there. I wouldn't have been singing nothing. That's how I felt. And that's
Mm-hmm.
still how I feel. Like, why I didn't just give her a piece of my mind? But I'm still trying to be the bigger person. But I was so vexed in my spirit.
Yes.
And I was
Yes.
so disappointed, I think, in her, in the way that people are. I was disappointed in myself that I didn't give her a piece of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I felt I was livid. I was livid, but I did it and I barely got through the song. And I don't know if the choir leaves off the stage or off the thing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there at Berean. I can't remember after they sang to get ready for the sermon or not. It doesn't matter. But when it was time for the sermon, I politely got up, went to that back, laid that robe across one of them chairs back there, got my things, and I left and never to return. Have not been back. And then after that, I tried to find a Sunday church. I'm gonna find a church to go on Sunday that's not gonna treat me this way over some studs in my ear. Let me go
Right,
to
right,
church
right,
on
right,
Sunday.
right.
I know they don't care about that kind of stuff. But
I
yeah, go ahead.
no, no, I'm saying I hate that that happened to you. And it happens all the time. And
Yeah,
that's the sad part of it, is that people are ready, especially newer people to the church, or even if you left and you came back, are so excited just to be a part. They just want to be there. They just want to be in the presence of like-minded people. And then someone says something that just shuts it all down. And that sucks. It sucks. But for me, what I have to remember is that the people in the church, yes, the church is the body, or they're supposed to be the hands and feet of God. They're supposed to be the mouth, they're supposed to be doing the work, right? But they're still people, jacked up people at the same time. And for me, it helps to try my best, because people's mouths are bad, to remove that, to know like she just like you. She at church trying to get whatever it is you trying to get. She trying to see Jesus too. She but they don't admit that. They just I'm here and I'm dressed and I'm ready and I'm but everybody there is the same kind of broken. Everybody there is the same kind of flawed. And it gets mixed up, and it gets in the way of people seeing Jesus. And that's just my, you know, and it's
yeah.
messed up.
Well, I just kind of felt like from there, I can see him at home. I see Jesus at home.
Candace, don't get
I don't
on my
have to
nerves.
sit up in here and do that
Don't get on
because,
my nerves
and they may
tonight.
want to say, and this is me venting.
No, no, no,
Okay,
you
so I'm
good. You
gonna say
good. You
exactly
good.
what I want to say. So
This this
I
we
ain't for
here.
nobody to feel no type of way.
This
This
is
is
me
just
and
how I
you.
feel.
Yes.
This is what I have been through and what I have
Right,
experienced.
right, 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 right.
And they say, well, y'all like get up and go to work and be on time, but you can't get up and come in the house of God. That's because when I go to work, I'm not being judged there. Okay, I don't have to worry about that these people know me and they know that I'm not married, but I am pregnant. If anything, they gonna throw me a baby shower. But I gotta worry about when I come up in there, I done been sat down, dismembered, and talked about. So I'm not getting ready to get up out my bed when it's optional because it ain't paying one bill to come up in there and let y'all treat me that way.
This
I am
is
gonna get up and go up in here and make this money where these people could care less about what it is and I done did in personal this, that, and the third, and so I can be able to pay my bills. This is just where I had come to in
right,
life.
right, right,
This
right,
is where
right,
this has
right.
brought me. I don't feel like I have to bring myself somewhere to be subjected to
Mm-hmm.
people, doing X, Y, and Z. And I don't like the fact that, people want to say, well, you just, and it's true, you just pray for them. You just, look over it, or
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
don't. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, people who want to cover up things and people
Mm-hmm.
who don't want to talk about it and people who don't want to expose it, to me, it
A
makes
part of the
you
problem
just the
too.
same, and it makes
Mm-hmm.
you a part of the problem. It needs to
Right.
be addressed. And I everything is so hushed and you can't say anything and you're not supposed to, say this or that. But then let you say the wrong thing, then now everybody wants to talk about the Bible. What does it talk about when it says if you have an issue with your brother, you go to them? But don't let it be the right issue. Let it be something somebody done did, one of these
Mm-hmm.
heads of the church done did, or what y'all around her sneaking around and doing. Y'all want to talk about that.
Mercy.
It's hush. You be quiet
Mercy.
about it. And because it's never been addressed, and
Right.
because I feel like it was never going to be addressed, I
Uh-huh.
decided to keep myself from it and stay at home so that I can live the best life that I can outside of that and
Mm-hmm.
build the relationship that I feel that I need personally at home. That's how I feel about it.
I'm gonna get into these comments, honey, because
Let's get into the comments.
the people are here. Because that's not a foreign story. That's a lot of people have that same exact story, and they're not trying to fix the problem in the church because it's still going and going and going and going, and nobody's helped. Nobody's helped because we look for church to be that safe place, that place where you can go as you are. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And be loved on. That's what it's supposed to be. But it hasn't been like that in a long time. A long,
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And not just that, the way that the church just operates as a
As
whole.
a as a
So,
whole. Yeah, because even when I tried to go to, and it's not about just Adventists,
no,
because
no, no,
after
no, no, no,
that,
no,
I
no,
tried
no.
to find me a Sunday church to go to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I ain't stay there long. Maybe it's a me problem. So I said, let me stay away from these folks and get me together because maybe
Let
it's.
me do me.
But the issue that I had there was, the pastor was great.
Uh-huh.
The
Uh-huh.
particular pastor, he had like 5 churches around Georgia.
Bye, Candace.
To go to all of them every Sunday. And the particular church that I chose that was closer to me didn't start till like noon or 1 o'clock, which was fine
Mm,
for me.
mm.
Um, but child, he flew in on a helicopter everywhere he went. They
Shut
flew on a
up.
helicopter to
Shut up.
each and every place.
Shut up.
And
Around
that,
Atlanta, he was flying. Get a
yeah,
shut up.
he was flying in. But my issue was, it wasn't necessarily that, because that's just is what it is.
Right.
But um, because he had become popular or
Mm-hmm.
famous,
Okay.
he was always pulled to go to speaking engagements, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always, so whenever the pastor wasn't speaking, I would always leave, because it's kind of like school. When you was in school and you would have a substitute teacher and
And
they don't
you
really
would
know
act
what's
up.
going on. People in there y'all in there
People
acting up.
acting up.
Yeah, it's like they know the curriculum because obviously they wouldn't be there, but they kind of
Uh-huh.
they're not really that familiar with the classroom because it's not really their
They be like,
classroom.
who preached today? Who preaching today?
So he was kind of never there. When he was there, he flying on a helicopter, and it is what it is. It was too Hollywood for me. I come from a church. Shout out to Kirkwood. I know y'all not Kirkwood anyway, but I'm a diehard
Oh, hi,
girl,
Kirkwood.
and it's not like that. I think I have been searching.
Mm-hmm. Candace. I remember Kirkwood.
Been searching for that feeling
It's the
from
it was the it
and I
was the
found it.
family. It was the family oriented. Everybody takes care of everybody. Everybody looks after everyone's children. Everybody is concerned, genuinely concerned about your well-being. Everybody's helping everybody. That's it. And we're
Yeah,
not just helping each other because we're also going out together as a family and helping others. You know what I'm saying? I remember that.
yeah.
I remember that.
I'm
And
not
that,
saying that everybody's perfect there or anything like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying I haven't found it. I have since then, I have not found Kirkwood nowhere. And so at this point in my life, you're not going to be able to pay me to go back to nowhere, to nothing. I'm not
To
going.
nowhere though,
I'm not going.
I can't. I'm acting like I'm acting like I'm going, but
I'm not going. I don't feel it's worth me being put in a position to be pop off ready. Like, I
Mhm.
don't feel like it's worth that for me. I feel like
Mhm.
I have been doing just fine spiritually, on my spiritual journey, with my spiritual journey with God,
Mhm.
and where I am just as a person and in this life. I feel like I have been doing just fine. And I'm not interested in putting myself in that place again, because I'm telling you, the next time I'm popping off.
A pop
And so
off
I'd rather
shall
stay at home.
take
I'd rather stay at home.
place. Well, I'm happy
I'd
to
rather,
hear you say spiritual journey because that is key for me now. Because like I was saying before, my spiritual journey, my spirituality was trash. It was not good. Like I knew enough to skate by. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know enough. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So being away has now caused me to study, like study, not just what the scripture, what
absolutely.
he say in church. Let me get that little piece you just gave me. No, you don't have to give me nothing anymore. I'm gonna get it myself. You know what I'm saying? Any questions that I have, I'm able to look it up or ask someone else. So it's helped me. It's helped me a lot because spirituality has become the forefront and building a relationship. Like he loves me. Like he wants to do life with me. He cares about me. And because I'm choosing to live my life for him and I choose to
We
make
know
him
we
happy,
see.
I'm
We
going to do those things that please him. So this is where I want to be. I know you want to be with me. I want to be with you. Let's do life together until this thing is over and done. So
over and
that's where I am with it. I don't need church.
I don't need it. I'm just fine. I have a Bible. I have everything I need at home.
So we got people in the
Good.
coming
Good. You want to
in.
push her in to say something,
Hi
Mecca?
y'all, come on in.
I'm gonna push her in to add her to the stream. You
Hi
are
Mika.
here. You are here. Okay, but you have to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Do you see a
Hey
mute button?
y'all, I'm sorry.
Hi
Hey,
girl, how are
I didn't know
you?
I
there
was being like
she is.
added in the show. I thought I
Oh,
was like,
You want us to take you out?
no, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I do want to just be. I thought that I was just being added to like the rest of the audience.
oh
Oh, girl,
no,
you in
Did
here
I
now.
ask to be a part of the show? Oh my god.
Oh my
no, no.
Hey girl, we happy
Hey
that you're here
y'all,
though.
I'm so happy to see y'all.
You,
Hey.
Okay,
What
get me out of here.
she said get her out of
let me
here.
get. Just go to the live on the page. You can just watch it live on the
Oh,
live.
okay,
Yeah.
my bad. Thanks.
No, you're fine.
But so that's for me,
So,
that's it.
and
I,
I'm not saying that.
she said, get me out of here. I know that's right. I ain't asked to be on the scene.
I just think that I'm obviously not telling people to turn from church.
Okay, we
If
duh.
that's your thing, then that's
Yes.
your thing. Um, but I just want to be able to say, because I haven't. I think people wonder, or maybe they don't wonder, or maybe they don't even care, or maybe they haven't thought about it. But I just, because there's been things talked about, I think when we get our topics, it's just not like fly by night. These are genuinely topics that she and
Oh,
I are having, and then we decide, we need to talk about that. There's so many things
uh-huh.
that we talk about, and then we just say we need to make a list of what we're going to talk about
Mm-hmm.
and share it. So I think before, like I said, before COVID, I already was not doing church, because I didn't want to just do church, because I
Right.
didn't feel like church was something to just be done. And I think
Mm-hmm.
people are just in a routine. They're
Absolutely.
going, that's what they're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
That's how they were raised to do it. They're going because they feel like, I don't know what just that's just what they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has turned into, my kids, it has turned into something that it was not intended to be.
I agree.
Um, so, and unfortunately, I have been bruised
Mm-hmm.
by what it was not, what it's not intended to be. Do you want to bring Shay in now?
Can he get a little introduction though before we bring him in?
Let's do that. Okay,
Let me tell
introduce
you
me.
something. This good brother here that we about to bring on. Let me tell you something. He taught me how to cane Wayne.
Wait,
Okay, all right. He taught me how to cane Wayne. If you don't
wait,
know nothing
wait.
about Florida, he taught me how to do that dance. All
I
right, and
know.
I do it well.
I
Thank
was
you.
shocked. I said, "Look at the
Look
pack."
at him. Look at him knowing how to
Like,
dance a little bit. He
that
taught me
little,
how to do that dance,
that
and I
little
will
rhythm, and we was in there.
dance it. I will be forever grateful to you for teaching me how to do the cane Wayne. Okay, honey,
Okay,
bringing forth, honey, is the honey pastor, honey.
Pastor,
Say his, you got to say his pastoral name. You can't say.
Pastor Byron.
Come on,
Now, let me just
okay.
say, I've given my testimony, my story, but I still have very good friends close to me who are pastors, who I study with, who I ask questions. They give me
Yes.
answers. I'm not just out here hurt y'all. I'm out
Mm-hmm.
here trying to make it better,
Oh
but
yeah,
I just may not be at the church doing it, but I
I
am
know
out
that's
here
right.
working on
Come on,
myself.
can he come
Okay, go
in?
ahead. Come in.
What up, everybody?
Hey.
Yo, I forgot about that, K Wayne.
Yes, you did. You taught me how to do that. I remember. Stamp, Stokely. They remember that?
Oh,
We had
woo,
the track.
woo, woo.
We had the track and everything.
We did,
Hi,
we
Shay.
did. It's
What's
good to see you
up?
all. What's going on with y'all?
Just another conversation, honey. Just
Yeah,
we're putting it all out there
yeah.
and just telling our true feelings. That's
Can I
it.
can I just start by just affirming y'all? Like what y'all got going on right here is amazing. It's A1. And I have not
Thanks.
missed an episode. I'm tuned in for the conversation. I'm ready
Oh,
for it.
thank you. We
And
appreciate that.
it's healthy. It's needed.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
People, the church is comprised of people, and people need avenues, outlets where they can be themselves,
Right.
have real life conversations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me and a couple of my buddies, we started a podcast called Kicking It 316.
At
I'm not that
316.
vain, y'all. I'm not just standing in front of
Kicking it
shoes just to sit
316.
in front of them. But we have a podcast where we talk about kicks, and then from that we use that as a vehicle to deal with current events.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, and y'all tuned in, we're not really dealing with church issues,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been kind of hit with that, why aren't y'all talking about revelation and X? That's not what this show is,
Right,
right?
right, 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 right.
And so I first just want to just affirm you all. You all are doing an amazing job. This is a healthy outlet, and we need more of it. And as I was listening to you all, you all's testimony is a very familiar testimony to many people.
Mm-hmm.
You all are not alone. Um, if I just survey my home church that I grew up with and at, you know, from that church did birth three pastors, Pastor
Mm-hmm.
Deblier Snell, myself, and also Pastor Braun Jacobs. And so a lot of good came out of that. And you know what? Good isn't measured by being a pastor, right? That's not what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
Mm-hmm.
a great church. I loved it. But as I survey it, out of my peers, the, the ones that I grew up with, so few are in the church now.
Right, right.
And it's because the reality of it is our day and age, when we grew up in the church, especially the Adventist church, it was rough. Like
Yes.
we witnessed disfellowshipping. We witnessed a lot. Uh, the it seemed to be and was some very stern church discipline, and oftentimes you just
Yes.
kind of felt like, where was the love?
Mm-hmm.
And then also you sit around the dinner table, you hear the conversation, so
Don't talk
you know
about
what's
that.
going on, at Elder so and so's house, or
Yes.
Deacon so and so's
Oh,
house,
yes.
or the deaconess, but yet they're the ones that are throwing the first stones. So you sit back and you look at things, and it just seems like everything is just this big show, this big
Yes.
production.
Mm-hmm.
What I would tell you is that more pastors our age are getting into positions of influence. And I
Okay.
am seeing change in the church. I'm seeing it. I've never disfellowshipped anybody. And I just not gonna do it. For me,
Yeah.
disfellowshipping. And for those who are unfamiliar with that term,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very man, it's pretty much as when your name is taken off the church roll, right?
Yes.
For various offenses of things of that nature.
Yes.
And I'm not making any excuses. Anything that is ran by people will be corrupt. Anything that is ran by people will end up hurting somebody.
Yes.
Now, we don't expect that in church,
We do
but
now, though.
but it's the reality, right? So for me, if I think, and you know what, I might get a little blowback, but I keep it 100. For me, just fellowshipping is for that person who says, "Listen, I no longer want to be Seventh-day Adventist. You know, I don't believe in God. Take me off of your books." Right? Then
You
okay.
saying that's what it should be for?
I'm saying, because the church has its beliefs, its standards. I'm saying that's how I apply it,
Okay.
right? Because a church, you have so many different churches. There's no church that is the same. There's no church that's ran the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so for me, that's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I do believe in correctives, right? And I realize, and I know perking up on these correctives, right?
Ooh,
Right. But I do think whenever there is a corrective, it needs to be done in love,
what do you
right?
mean? Keep going.
Right.
Because when I hear corrective, I mean,
You
okay,
ain't feeling that
you
word
you
neither.
did something wrong,
Right.
so
You ain't
you in
feeling that
trouble
And
neither.
how are
now.
you doing
Okay.
these correctives? Is it in the back
So
and let's have a meeting, or is it
right.
around in front of the church?
Sure. Once again, I tell this analogy. Most of my worst spankings in life happened when I embarrassed my parents,
Okay.
right?
Yes,
In church,
absolutely.
acting up, falling asleep on program, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was, if I embarrassed my parents, I got it bad when I got home, or even there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, we got to take the embarrassment out of things. Like, so if somebody has a moral fault, I'm not embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not embarrassed. They had a moral fault.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the same sentence, me, right? I, I I feel like some of it is also a lack of humility for the person, in some cases, who falls. And then
Okay.
also a lack of humility and grace and mercy for those who are in leadership positions. For instance, if I have a fall, first of all, we all got falls.
We all got
Let's just say that,
fall.
right?
Yes.
And if it's only the grace and mercy of God that keeps our closet sins closet. So let's just
Period.
put that out there, right?
Period.
But for me, when there are things that happen, I think it's appropriate to take a little time and reflect. Like if you found out your pastor was in a scandal this week, you're not trying to hear no word from him on next week. Now, I do think that there should be redemption even for the pastor
I agree.
who falls. There should be some
I
road to
agree.
redemption. It doesn't Christ give us a road to redemption?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna have a conversation with you in my study or at your home, you know, and it's not gonna be no me coming down at you, X, Y, and Z. But you know, let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let's see about where you're at. What I'm not going to do, you have somebody who, let's just say, they just in a bad place
Yes.
and they make a horrible, well, I don't say horrible mistake. They make a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, you want to take that person who made the mistake, that person who already feels bad, that person who perhaps they made the mistake because perhaps they weren't walking closely with the Lord, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to put them in a position to where they have to be literally Jesus Christ to you want to kick them out of the church.
Yes.
You know, you want them to have humility to just come back into the church. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
difficult to do even for the best Christian, right?
Yes.
So I do believe in correctives, and perhaps a corrective is, you know, let's just kind of just sit tight for a little bit. Let's
So
kind of
that's the
not
sitting,
be.
but that's the sitting down part, right?
It's not nothing official. I'm not talking about. you can't come to church. And then listen, and the other thing is I'm not talking about, and I get it. And I get it. This is we're in this gray area, this offensive
Yeah.
area.
Get
But
this stuttering.
in the same sentence, we just discussed, right? That if the pastor has a moral fall yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really trying to hear no word from him the next day, are you?
But we do though. That's the difference. Ain't nobody saying nothing to him.
Now that, well, it shouldn't be, first and
Okay.
foremost. All right,
Okay.
It
it
shouldn't
shouldn't
be.
be,
But ain't nobody
and
saying nothing to them. But they gonna get us to together quick.
yeah,
And if anything, you're told hush, don't say nothing, don't bring it. And anybody who dare even speak about the pastor's imperfections and the things that
Mm-hmm.
they have done, they drag the person who was hurt by it and who even decided
times
to stand up and say anything about it. They get
times
drugged
are
for it.
times is changing on that.
See, I
The
listen.
the
But I
internet the
can.
internet done equalized all of that.
I know that's right. I know that's right. But I can appreciate you saying this is how it
Should
should
be.
be,
Me
and
too.
that you can see it changing and shifting.
If
I
it's
can
done in
appreciate that.
love,
It gotta be done. But
Gotta
that's
be done.
because every institution we belong to or go to has rules.
mm-hmm.
Our
Mm-hmm.
jobs have rules. A&M had rules, right? One time for the Bulldogs, right? You know what I'm saying? One time, you know, everywhere we go has rules, and I think that's part of the issue. Part of the issue is as a church, we don't say this is a church rule. This
mm-hmm.
isn't a commandment,
Mm.
and I think it matters. I think the
It
difference matters
it
because
does.
it's
It
not certain things are let's just say it's a dress code,
we
right?
going back to
But
Candace
let's
and her earrings
right
and why the
let's
lady
say there's a
told her.
dress code or church rule. It's not a salvific issue. Salvific meaning it ain't gonna cost you your studs, your
Thank you.
earrings ain't gonna
Thank
cost you
you.
your soul salvation,
Thank you.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Whenever you hear things like correctives, discipline, nobody wants that joint because it's like, well, who are you? I
Who
know
are
you got
you?
X, Y, and Z. What I'm
Who are
saying
you?
is if two people come together, we have a heart to heart conversation. And I'm saying, listen, I ain't judging you. You know, I understand what you're going through. I've been there in love. Let's talk this thing. Let's walk through it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
But I can
people
appreciate that.
appreciate it. You
Yes.
still gonna feel some kind of way, right? You gonna
But
feel a way.
in order for you to say that to somebody, you would have already have a relationship with that person,
Or be a lover
right?
of humans too. You gotta love humanity, and you have to also be able to say, though it's not me today, it could be. It should have been. So how I
Come on,
deal with
Grace.
people is how I'm grateful God deals with me. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's with a lot of grace. It's with a lot of mercy. You know, but I do think there got to be rules. But I think the way we we uphold those rules and the way they are executed matters.
Yes.
I mean, listen, in your house there's rules,
It's
right?
a lot of rules in my house.
In my
Yes.
house there's rules, right?
Yes.
But in the same sentence, in the church, there should always be love. Ultimately, we should not be treating each other worse than God treats us. Like God gave you grace and mercy.
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to deny grace and mercy to each other? And I want to say something to you, Candace,
And I want to
because
say, Rochelle, we see you back there. We're gonna bring you right
I'm gonna
in.
wrap
Hang
this
tight.
up because it's I gotta get to these kids too. I hear y'all kids. I gotta get to my kids too. And I know I heard you say like you not fit to go back to nobody's church. And for the record, you know, I'm one of those people that me and Candace we communicate. She sent me a list of questions that I'm working on now, theological questions, some good ones. Some that done got me tripped up a little, got me pulling out the good old books. But I want to say this to you: your tears. I put this in the comment. Your tears say a lot. And what I'm hearing through your tears is you're hurt. And what I'm hearing from your tears is that you're longing for what church is supposed to be. Like you miss what church was.
Yes.
And the harsh reality is you may never find that church. That church clearly was special.
Mm.
Um, um, but what I'm praying would happen in time is that you would give church a chance again. And I'm praying that God will surround you with enough loving people,
Yes.
enough true believers, that to where a shady person or a rude person here and there won't overshadow.
Absolutely.
Because the truth of the matter is if 20 people spoke to you and affirmed you and told you they love you and told you they're happy to see you before that one person told you about your earrings, right?
It wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered that much. But because you walk into church, you walk through the door, and there's not a lot of love, right? There's not a lot of affection. There's not a lot of affirmation. And then the first person that says something to you, got to say something about. They don't even know your story. Don't even know who you are. So what I'm hoping and praying is my prayer is that God would, continue to place that burden on your heart because it's there. He's there. I mean, he never left you. Your desire for him never left. But I'm praying that when you give church a try again, and you're gonna give church a try again. I see it. Everybody, okay, man, I see it. And when it happens, I'm praying that God will surround. She giving me that eye, y'all. That God will surround you with people, God fearing, God loving people. And if you're ever in Huntsville, just come to First Seventh Day Adventist Church. And we're gonna love on you all very well, and you'll feel just at home. It's the best church in the world. All right.
Thank you,
Love
Shay,
you
for
all.
hopping on in here.
Yo,
We
keep it up. Do not
appreciate
stop.
you.
Keep it up. Keep pushing the envelope too.
We
We
won't.
All right.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
This is
There's
what
no
I
support.
will say too. Um, for me, because I know how people can be cold like that. And when I was going to church and the people that I kind of surrounded myself with, we made it a point to be those people, to speak to people who look like, the new people or whatever, and invite them to do things and just make them feel welcomed and noticed. Because a lot of times people go unnoticed and then it's like, well, and then they leave. So that it's important. It's just important. Hey, it's Rochelle. Hi, Rochelle. Rochelle coming in here. Hi, Rochelle. Why?
Oh, wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Listen, I did not want to come into the room, but I will say this. I have to say this to Candace, and I have to say this to Kirsten, but let me address Candace first.
Mm.
Oh, I'm so glad I can't be seen because y'all gonna make me cry. But Candace, you have a ministry, right? See, it's not the stuff that people see you do, how you work and how you make your living. It's not that. Your ministry is inside of you. And so think about how people treated Jesus, right? Because Jesus was a light, right? And so they were mean to him and they were cutthroat. And so that's why people treat those who have a brighter light.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. That's why they treat those, because a lot of times it's unfortunately jealousy, it's envy, it's it's um it's a lot of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And because people don't want to grow, they want to be stagnant and stay in
Mercy.
that negative place, right? And because you're not there, right? But they want to try to pull you in because that's what the enemy does. He finds ways through people and things to try to pull you to where they want to be. And that's, you cannot. And I know that you have not allowed that because you still shining. You still shining. Your ministry, like I said, within you is extremely bright.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't really, I don't have much time, right? Because I see it's got 5 minutes, right? But when I tell you, folk, they learn from you. You're almost like a trend, right? That never goes away. And
Oh,
so you
Thank
remember,
you.
that
Thank you
was.
so much.
and it's the truth. It's the truth. Kirsten, same thing goes for you. Listen. Hold on, I'm about to have a little visitor. Hold on. Same thing goes for you. You people um have their way. Those who um you were probably even close to have their way of trying to bring you down. I'm not going to get deep with it, but I will say this. You are connected for a reason. You and Candace connected for a reason. And um I'm so glad that you all have each other, because you bring out the best in each other. And so you continue your ministry. You continue to let your light shine and allow God to, while you're broadcasting and doing this and have this platform that you have, um, share your testimony. I know that it is, you got folk on here that's going to judge you, but the only way to change somebody's life is when you speak the truth about yours.
Yeah,
And
that's
when you
it.
speak the truth, focus,
That's it.
it's like, oh God, I'm not alone. Thank you, Jesus. You
Hmm.
know, that's that's what's trending. That's what's hot. You know what
That's
I'm
it.
saying?
That's
That's
it.
what's saving folks' lives. And so y'all continue, and I'm gonna go because that's too much, and I gotta go find some tissue, y'all. So I'm
Thank
out.
you,
I love y'all.
Rochelle. Love you. Oh,
I think that's the whole point in conversations. When we decided to get together to do this, it wasn't to. I know where I am right now in life. And right now, and I just told my mom this, unfortunately, I do not have a connection to the church or anything dealing with it at this moment in my life. Um, and that's where I am. And I am searching every single day. And with that, I know that I'm not the only person. And I know that having these conversations and talking about the things that are typically hushed or you don't talk about or you don't bring up, I know that has been a hurt for me.
right, right,
Those
right,
are
right.
it was not dealt with for me. So I know if somebody else is out there having the same thing, then I know that it can help them. Right now, some people may not be where they want you to quote a scripture to them.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
may not be what thus said the Lord. And it
Mm-hmm.
ain't because they can't get back there. And it's not because if you quote the Bible here, I'm telling you don't bring it here or nothing. I'm not telling you that. I want you to bring it because
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to have those conversations in the comment section because
Absolutely.
you never know having that comment or you giving your side of it with the Bible, how that may help somebody to see it who don't want any dealings with the Bible, see it in a different way that they've never seen it before
Mhm. I
or they've
think, yeah.
never considered.
I think meeting people where they are on their level in love is so important. Otherwise, that person, whatever they need, they can miss it because you ain't loving on them. You're not loving on them. And that's all people want. People want to be in relationship. People want to be loved. People want to be seen. And if you, whoever is listening to what I'm saying, can be that one person outside of whoever doing whatever and whoever did whatever. Make it your business to be that person for somebody. And you'll see how many people are touched by you, just you doing doing the thing that you would want someone to do to you. So I think, can
I think this was good. I'm glad that I've been able to get it off of my
Oh,
chest and been able to
man.
say that, y'all pray for me. I'm just
And
fine.
me too, child.
I was raised well.
Oh,
I
yes.
still have a personal relationship with God, which is how I'm
Oh,
able to be the bomb chick that I am, that
come
y'all
on and be
see,
bomb. Hold
this
on, lit,
successful
lit.
black melanated bomb queen that I
Oh,
am,
yes. Oh,
how to
yes.
conduct myself in public and in private. Because what
Okay.
y'all see is what y'all get behind the scenes. I just had to pump myself up a little bit because you know why?
Pump
You gotta
yourself, friend.
pump
Pump
yourself
yourself,
up
honey.
and don't wait for
Go,
nobody
best
else to
friend.
do
That's
it.
my best friend. Go,
I
best
heard
friend. That's
myself.
my best friend. Go, best
So
friend.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I'm not telling anybody else what not to do. I'm telling you where I am.
Mhm.
Another reason as to why I started Conversations, because I want to reach like-minded people, and I also want other people to come in and encourage me. Y'all encourage me in
Mhm.
the
Oh,
comments. You
yes.
know what I mean?
Real good. And I
Encourage
know
me.
a lot of people, they feel disconnected from church. A lot of us feel disconnected, but take this time to journey. Take this time to get closer to God. If you have to find somebody, somebody else to talk to bounce some questions and things, do that. This is the perfect time, because when all of this is over and the church doors don't ever open back up, you have to be able to say, here I am, Lord. You know me, right? We've been doing this together. I love you, and I'm thankful for your grace and your mercy.
Absolutely.
I know I didn't go to church, but me and you know each other. You
We're
know what
good.
I'm saying?
You are good. Yeah. At the end of the day, me and him are good. Yeah.
That's where I am. I just love
That's
y'all.
it. That's it. Just
This
bringing
was
all walks of life together. I think people think if you're not 100% church or 100% this or 100% that, then they feel like, oh, I can't talk to you or we have nothing in common. And that's not the case. You never know how you're able to reach somebody if you're just able to, like he said, you don't have to know the person to love on them. You never know what people are going through. Love on people regardless of what walk of life or whatever they're believing. Love
mhm.
on them. Period.
This
Point blank.
is
And
this
all are
comment.
welcome here. All are welcome here.
Oh, yes, this comment that's on the screen say this is such a lot. Yeah, this is a loaded topic. We could have went,
We
honey.
could have went so many different directions,
We
but
have so many directions we would like to go
we
in,
have
but
talked about
honey, we done been on here for an hour,
an hour, so we're gonna cut it.
and we're gonna cut it short. We might have to revisit the other
We're gonna have
parts
to
of this.
revisit the other parts and get into spirituality because I would love to go there. I would love to go there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, you
Well,
guys.
can
Until next time, we're gonna do a part two because there are some
we
other things
have
that I would
to?
love to talk on. So we have to do a part two sometime soon. So
Before we end, let me say this: we have a YouTube channel. Go
yeah,
on over there
we're
and
currently live on YouTube right now as we're
oh
speaking.
yes, we
We're
stream
live
live on
on both
YouTube.
places at a time.
Yeah, so go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube. We have Instagram. We got platforms and things. We
Places.
we try to do things. So go ahead over there and subscribe, because I know a lot of people like, I don't do Facebook. That's fine. Go on
Go
YouTube
to YouTube because we're live right there, right
and
now.
watch it
Right
there. We appreciate you all so much. We love you. Just keep it on, honey. Keep
absolutely.
on.
And stay
And we
tuned
will,
for part two because
because
it's
it's gonna
coming.
be a part two, honey. Thank you for watching Bob and Stations, honey. Where it's lit.
And we're lit and
Honey, and
everything
everything
is
is
lit.
lit. Good night, y'all. Good night.